quarterback's in an offensive situation, but when you look at that as a teammate, how do you look at that, the quarterback situation now being a competition, and how does the team view that?
Yeah, I think it just goes kind of like the general mindset that any football team has. No, even though he, you know, when you name a starting quarterback, he is the guy. There's really no job that is safe at any time. You know, it could be your job the one day and somebody else's the next day. So it's really just the approach of our entire team. Like, if you're struggling a little bit, you know, it's sad. You know, our heart breaks for you, but it's next guy up. Who's going to perform when their name is called? And if somebody else does it better, then, you know, it's our coach's job to put that person in place, whoever it may be, and then it's our job as the teammates to, you know, encourage and support the person that just lost their job, but also rally behind the person who now has that job, because we need to be behind him 100%.
Does that kind of open some eyes for the rest of the team that, hey, if James can lose his job, that anybody's job is open now?
Yeah, no doubt. It definitely puts a sense of urgency in all of us, especially me. You know, I got to bring my A game every day. You know, even on a day like a walkthrough like today, I can't sit back and let my soreness from the game on Saturday prevent me from giving my best out there. So I think everybody, it really puts an extra pep in their step, for sure.
Did you guys need something to get you jump started, like a quarterback change? Did you guys need something?
I don't think that was necessarily it. We feel like I don't know how the offense, their vibe before the game. We don't really, you know, we're not really around them much for the game. Normally the defense, we kind of do our own thing. We get around each other. But I think it's like our mindset has been pretty good, you know, going into the game. I think our enthusiasm and energy has been great going into every game. I felt confident in our defense. I don't think we need a position change. I think that we need to really, when adversity hits as a defense specifically, we need to overcome that and learn to play better when a big play happens or sudden change happens where the offense turns the ball over. So I don't think it was really a change in position that we needed to spark us, but it's our own mentality when adversity hits that needs to change. That's the spark that we need.
Are you talking about after the Guyton fumble this week? Last week there was the fumbled kickoff and things like that.
Right, stuff like that. Like in a football game, that stuff's going to happen. And as a defense, we have to roll with the punches, and it doesn't. We can only control what we can control, and we don't need to rely on something else to spark us. We need the spark to come from within, and we haven't done a great job at that so far, but we will get better. That's what we've been working on. We work on where coaches are catering drills specifically to those certain kind of situations, you know, coming on and off the field with a very high sense of urgency and making sure that when our back's against the wall, we're performing favorably.
Can you talk a little bit about the Northwestern game? Obviously, a lot of yardage and 49 points. When you go back and look at that, what are the causes?
As a defense as a whole, we missed tackles. We didn't have our eyes in the right spot in man coverage. We ran a little bit of man coverage, and we weren't keeping our eyes in the right spot, that's going to beat you every time. What else hurt us? We didn't handle the sudden change very well. We also gave up too many big plays. You know, there was 2 plays that stick out in my mind. There was a long fade route that was thrown for a touchdown, 1-play drive, and then there was long run plays where we didn't keep contained on the backside of a quarterback zone read type deal. So just a lot of fixable mistakes that we can, you know, get better at. That's just what hurt us in the game, and you know, we're gonna obviously work on those things and get better at it.
Can you take anything from last year's game against Middle Tennessee and this one?
Yes, actually, yeah. We are watching last year's game, and the way that, I guess, going into it, we're definitely going to mix some things up, but it's going to give us an idea of defensively of how we're going to approach this next game as far as the linebacker plays goes, how the safeties play, and whatnot. So yeah, I definitely think we're going to take into consideration what they did against us last year, approaching this next game.
Going back to the Northwestern game, you didn't mention scheme. Was scheme a problem, or did you think scheme was all right?
I like the scheme. I really am always confident going into games with Coach Eliano's game plan. It's nice this second year being in the same defense, so I'm really comfortable and I can play fast, and I believe all the guys feel the same way about his game plan. It just, what shot us in the foot was that within his game plan we were not perfect, and we were not, what's the word he always uses? Yeah, we're not phenomenal at our jobs within his scheme. Because I love his scheme, honestly, I really do. It's just we have to be better as individuals at our jobs so that the team as a whole can be more successful.
And a little bit ago, you said that they were things that you felt were fixable.
Yes, correct.
And we've heard that for a couple of weeks, and so far haven't seen fixes. I mean, is there a frustration? Where's that set?
Yeah, I definitely got a little frustrated in the game. They had to pull me aside and really calm me down a little bit. It's not easy to do. You know, you say it's easier said than done. It's one of those things. I mean, we're going to be working it to death. Like the things that we need to fix, we're going to be working them to death in drills and making them more, kind of build them into our muscle memory and stuff like that. And what's interesting is that we're not making the same mistakes per se. There's just different ones that arise because when you go against offenses, they'll do something drastic. They'll do something different than we didn't expect on film, and then that's where our mistakes are arising. And that goes back to me talking about how we're adjusting to adversity. When the offense does something different than we never seen it before, we need to be better at, okay, they hit it with us one time, let's buckle down and not make that mistake again. We have to get better at that. So it's not the same mistakes per se. We're just finding new errors along the way. And like I said, we're going to work on those in practice field and get better at them.